Hey, I'm Heather the Baker. Today starts a series of baking out of vintage cookbooks. I love vintage cookbooks. I have gotten so many from friends and family. I love finding them in used bookstores. And so today I'm going to start with a recipe out of the Centennial cookbook. It is the Wyoming Centennial, A Lasting Legacy, 1890 to 1990. And it was put out by the Johnson County Extension Homemakers Council. Now, I don't know if any of these homemaker councils even still exist. I know there's not one here where I live, at least that I know of. If I'm wrong, please leave it in the comments. This book was published in 1990, and it starts with a dedication and a thank you. And then they have a section called Very Important Cooks. And those very important cooks are actually very important people. We have the wife of the former governor of Wyoming. She gave us an Ambassador Black Bottom Pie. We also have former First Lady Barbara Bush. She gave a vegetable salad and also an all-American clam chowder. She also gave Mexican Mound, a great bush favorite, and it is like a walking taco. We also have Marilyn Quayle. She was the wife of former Vice President Quayle. I'm going to be baking for you Fudge Nut Cookies. Now, I find these cookies fascinating because they have cottage cheese in them. You don't really see a lot of recipes anymore with cottage cheese in cookies. This was created by Helen Rinker, and I did some research about her. You can read about it on my blog. But let's get started. Now, this recipe makes 9 dozen cookies. I don't need 9 dozen cookies, so I have divided it into thirds. You can easily do this by converting the ingredients to grams. All you have to do is Google that. Or you can just do the fraction math and make it into thirds. I'm not good at math, so I did the grams. One thing about vintage cookbooks is there are no pictures of the cookies. Betty Crocker does have some pictures, but not of everything. And in church cookbooks or the Centennial cookbook, there are no pictures. So I'm not exactly sure what these cookies are supposed to look like, but let's roll them up. This is what the cookies look like when they come out of the oven. Okay, it's the best part of baking, the tasting. This is what the cookie looks like. It's similar, I'd say, to a crinkle cookie, the way that the powdered sugar on top kind of crinkled and it broke open a little bit. I would maybe sprinkle again with powdered sugar once they're baked so that it's a little bit more even. It doesn't look kind of splotchy. Let's give it a taste. That's pretty good. I just got a chocolate chip. If you look, the cookie rose a lot. That's because there was baking soda and baking powder in it. Makes them rise. Because these don't have any butter, there really wasn't a risk of them spreading too much. The Crisco makes it a little bit more of a pillowy, firmer cookie. And I put almonds and chocolate chips in here. If anything, I might put more chocolate chips and maybe even like a chocolate drizzle on top instead of the extra powdered sugar. Either way, Helen Rinker did a pretty good job on these cookies. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to enjoy the rest of these cookies. And stay tuned for the next one.